Benedict, what are your recommendations when it comes to IT investments? How to prioritize after which criteria? From a technological perspective, from a business perspective, and competition maybe?
Well, I think the best way to approach this is to be open and just get going, start some proof of concept without throwing a large sum or a large investment at the method. And then you can go on from there, see what works best for your company and for your business case, and then move all the succeeding proof of concepts on to the next stage.
Okay, so you would say that take a small step at the beginning and think of the bigger picture later?
Yes, keep the bigger picture in mind, but also take a lot of small steps instead of one big leap in one direction that could turn out to be wrong entirely.
I agree to the approach to start small, but also think big. If we don't have the commitment towards new business models, every small start will fail. And I think every executive should have a bigger picture in mind starting a digital journey.
I like this idea of like thinking like a startup, which means start small but think big. And even for this kind of product development and innovation, it means make small projects with a really short timeline, small budget, get your experience, and then pivot. And by that you can really create big impact.
Michael, would you say that I have to have a closer look on special criteria when I think of IoT investments?
Well, I mean, at the end, it's a technology. So it's an investment and it's a technology. So I don't think that you have any special things to focus on that.
So not look to the competitors?
Well, competition is everywhere. So, and even what is maybe interesting in the IoT area, that you're facing competition from completely different areas. So we see customers who are feeling very good in their comfort zone, and then you're telling them, well, look at this startup map, and there are 300 startups currently out there who are just trying to get a bite of your business model. And a single startup is not dangerous, but 300s who are just sucking the blood out of you, they will kill you.
How far are your clients when thinking about prioritizing the criteria for IoT investments?
I think it changed quite a bit over the recent years. I think just 1 or 2 years ago, many just started connecting their things maybe and see what happens, see what data we get without any plan. And then like 1 year later, it's like, well, but now what are we actually going to do with it? So I would, again, distinguish when we talk about IoT initiatives, maybe I would see it from 2 points of views. Of course, one thing is technology, or like the operational level. And there I would agree, I would start small and I would prioritize according to what is my core USP, what are my core strengths at the market right now, and how can I use those opportunities around those to grow on this USP. And also, again, set up small agile projects, develop in minimum viable products, MVPs, create fast POCs to the market. Of course, it's trend-driven, looking at competition, etc. But on the other side, on the strategic side, again, I would say it's not only, but in the end, a technology. It's looking far, far away to the future. It's a transformational subject because you have to build on new capabilities in order not to end up with a lot of silo MVPs that never scale to real market differentiation and relevance in the connected future. But you have to kind of align all of those into one strategic goal for your future business model.
So we heard so many recommendations now how to step into these IoT implementation, but how about the barriers? There are some barriers left, like interoperability, a general change of mindset, or a lack of internal expertise. Which barriers do you see as the biggest ones?
Well, I think the biggest barrier within the companies is the fear of the new, or the uncertainty, or whatever they feel, and a lack of the right resources, the right resources at the right place. So if they have these full order books, they usually keep the right people or the excellent people on these projects. But I don't think that's the right way towards the future. So the mindset investing in the new technology, in the new way or in the new areas technology enables is one of the barriers. And if we talk about hardware connectivity, there are some issues, but I think it's just a matter of time when we overget these issues. For example, we are investing heavily in the connectivity side, on a plug-and-play connectivity, and also between the systems, so ERP to cloud. That won't be an issue within the next few months.
Benedict, would you agree that the mindset change is the biggest barrier?
Yeah, of course, because especially if you start out in IoT, you can, all the technology is already there, so you have just to get started, and the challenges will arise, but it's very possible today to overcome them if you have the right environment and the right people to do it.
Okay, but this is a big barrier too, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, especially now when the company is running very well and you don't have to do anything else than your core business to survive, then you just can go on doing it and making more money, but it's a very bad investment into the future.
Look, if everything is under control, you're not driving fast enough. That's the quote. And even so, you have to be brave, you know. Don't fear what's going on. Just be the driver. Be the driver in the seat.
If you step on the brake, you're the loser.
Exactly.
Okay, so what do you say are the biggest barriers to be addressed?
Well, I see also two barriers. One is really this kind of structural and operational barriers inside the companies, finding the right people, finding the right initiatives internally, just this educational stuff, how to implement innovation. And the second one is technical. And technical means, is it the right technology, the maturity of the technology, what's about cybersecurity risks and this stuff. So, I mean, all of them are equal. We have to treat them all equal.
So what are your final recommendations, Benedict, when you think of helping clients, helping customers, helping industries to step into IoT, into Industry 4.0?
Well, at the core, it's basically very simple. You just have to get started and try out something and then move on from there, but also don't lose the bigger picture while doing that. And yeah, that's the way for most of the companies that exist today to survive the next 10 or 20 years.
I think that's quite easy. Start small, but think big. And perhaps call us.
Diana, what are your final recommendations when it comes to Industry 4.0?
What's of utmost importance in general when it comes to Industry 4.0 and innovation, which is what it's all about in the end, is to assure that you have the space and kind of the systemic context for serious management commitment into this. But in order to assure this, it often helps just to start really small with a first POC where you get some tangible, real results and some experience with the technology, with the new ways of work, which you can go with it to your executives, for example, and show them, see, this is how easily we get to first results. This is what we learned, and this is already what we see as new opportunities from this experience.